so often in the history of this country as well as others, people have been shunted to the sideline and in various ways disrespected. Their civil rights, their community opportunities have been limited. And Centers for Independent Living tackle that head on in order to promote all those opportunities for people with disabilities to develop and share their gifts. That's at the heart of who we are.
From seeds of powerful determination, Arise was formed in 1979 as one of the first independent living centers in New York State.
One of the first things I say about Arise always is that we're an organization run by people with disabilities. It's not as if we're providing services for some other kind of a group. We are people with disabilities, and that's what drives our mission.
My whole desire since I was 19 and my vision started to go away was to give back to the people that have given something to me and helped me to carry through and become an independent individual. And I told my husband this. I said, don't be surprised if people feel sorry for you because you're married to a woman who's blind, because they're going to think, oh, he has to do everything for you. And people with disabilities are very capable, and they just need that chance. They need that opportunity, and they need that training to do the things that all of us do on a daily basis, and we just figure out how to do it differently. But I didn't get there by myself. I got there because agencies like Options and Arise were able to give me the tools that I needed to be more independent and to be able to do those things for myself. Being part of an independent living center means to me that I'm learning how to live and helping people to learn how to live in a world that wasn't designed for them. All of us, every one of the people that we serve, myself included, we have something to offer our communities, and we need to have the ability to do that. Independent living centers offer us that.
You often hear about looking out or inside of, looking outside or inside of the box. There is no box at Arise. It's all about being successful, being accomplished, being proud, and just being acceptance of your abilities.
Arise, to me, when I first was introduced to it, was just a breath of fresh air. I serve on several boards, and the management here at Arise is second to none. The quality of the audits, the continued looking at partnerships, and really trying to do the best thing for the organization every step of the way from top down has just been so critical in the success of this organization.
Makes the world a better place. It also is a place where everybody is equal, and it provides that opportunity for people in the community to be equal, no matter what your abilities are. It provides opportunities for people of all abilities to interact in their community and be part of their community.
In addition to safety net programs that provide security, safety, and hope to people with disabilities, Arise also offers a wide range of services, from mental health therapy to self-directed in-home care through the Consumer-Directed Personal Assistance Program to Medicaid service coordination.
But I don't think people really understand how broad and how deep Arise is. It's a really complicated system out there. There's the school system, and there's the medical system, and then there's the social services system, and they all offer different programs and services, and they sort of operate in silos, so it's hard to navigate the system. Medicaid service coordination is designed to help families navigate the system and to access the services that will best suit their child or family member with a developmental disability. Arise does so much more. There are programs that allow people with disabilities to direct their own self-care and to hire the people that they want to work with them to help them with their own personal goals. There's community rehabilitation programs which my daughter utilizes that help her achieve the goals that she needs outside of school.
Success comes in all forms, with economic independence an important goal.
Employment is the key to independence for most of us. and individuals with disabilities no less so. It's a shame that in our United States these days, almost 70% of people with disabilities are not employed. We are missing out on tremendous talents. So at Arise, we work diligently to assist people to find the jobs that will give them an opportunity to share their talents.
Mark was diagnosed with a disorder called dyspraxia. It's a brain disorder that affects the fine motor skills. So what comes easy to us every day in our thinking and our movement and our thought process is not easy for Mark. You know, when Mark was in school, I felt comfortable because he was always in school. He always had help. And I didn't prepare myself for graduation day. All of a sudden, graduation day came, and I thought, what now? What do I do now?
Michelle called Arise. Mark became connected to our employment program and thrived at his job with support provided by his job coach and employment consultant.
You can see the difference in him. He has a purpose. He is one of the most dedicated people you will ever want to meet. Won't miss a day if he's sick. There was a snowstorm a couple weeks ago, and I had a friend of mine pick him up while they went into a ditch. Everybody was fine, thank goodness, but the first thing he said to the police officer is, "I cannot be late to work." He's thriving. He actually had gotten 6 months into his job, he had gotten Employee of the Month. We all couldn't have been more proud, and as he was, he would tell anybody that Arise gave him life.
My grandson had an accident and is paralyzed from the waist down.
She does not have a level entry home, and there's 5 steps to go into her home that obviously created a huge barrier for me and her to visit, to engage, for me to go to her home for gatherings or for spaghetti dinners. Arise was able to come in and change that environment by putting up a ramp.
Arise enriches lives in so many ways, including recreation and adventure.
You know, we're so fortunate that for almost 20 years, Jim Hickey and Cindy Sisto at Toggenburg Ski Center have provided the facilities and all the equipment for our 85 skiers and more than 100 volunteers.
The happiness that it brings, not only to the students or to the family, to get their kids out there and get them out on snow and experience skiing.
Gavin does Arise and Ski, and the kid loves it. I mean, he is just, everyone said they can hear him squealing down the hill. My husband just started being able to ski down. He's learning to snowboard so that he can eventually be tethered to Gavin and be able to take him down the hill himself. It's 6 weeks of skiing that he otherwise would never have if Arise wasn't putting on a program like that, because to be able to offer that to kids or in adults with disabilities is so priceless.
On July 17th, 2009, I was with a couple friends, and we were at a camp up in the Adirondacks, and I decided to jump in the lake, and unfortunately I chose to dive, and there was a rock right below the surface I didn't see, and I struck my head on that, breaking my C5 and C6 vertebrae in my neck, and that caused me to be a quadriplegic. I wanted that rush of adrenaline again since I landed in the chair, and thought that would do it. I used to ski back in the day. My first time, I thought it was going to be real slow-paced, kind of going on the bunny hill. This is the first time I had tried a seated ski, and it definitely wasn't that at all. It was right up to the top of the mountain, and I loved it. I love people's reactions and just changing their perception of what it is to be disabled and what people can achieve still when they're possibly in a chair or have a different disability. As I tell them, I go down black diamonds still today, and they're like, "You're crazy, I wouldn't even ever do that." So it's great to have that self-accomplishment still. The way the program's structured is incredible. It's so well done. The people there are phenomenal. It's like a big family, and they make you feel right at home the first day you show up.
Most people figure they can't do it. It's impossible. And then when you see it, and then you look at the faces of the people that are watching them come down the hill, they're just amazed.
Recreation and adventure at Arise changed dramatically in 1998 when Dr. Jim Marshall donated a working horse farm to the organization.
The farm is just, you know, it holds a special place in my heart. It's a place of serenity. It's a place of growth for so many individuals, whether young or old.
The first time we went out to the farm, Dan and I were both really excited. We knew it was going to be a really great therapy for him, but we weren't entirely sure he was going to like it. As it turns out, he absolutely loved it, and we just had the best time, and we could tell how badly he needed the horseback riding just from his posture when he was riding the horse. For Gavin, having cerebral palsy, we noticed that his neck and trunk control got a little bit better. Friends and family could notice it a ton, and his therapist noticed how much better he could hold his head up. And when you're 3-4 years old, being able to hold your head up is easy for someone who's typical, but for Gavin, it's a struggle just to hold his head up all day, every day. So those little bit of gains, I should say they look little to some people, but they were huge for us.
Now, my daughter is Eliza, and she's almost 9 years old. And she started riding at Arise at the farm when she was 3. She's very small for her age. She was very small when she started to ride. And she loves it. She gets on a great big horse with no fear. It's benefited her in so many ways. She also goes to farm camp at the farm during summer breaks and school breaks, where she is just doing the rough and tumble of kids and having a great time building friendships with the other kids, with the kids that volunteer as peers, with the camp counselors, getting dirty and exhausted and having the best time and asking every night, when can I go to farm camp again?
Enriching lives also happens by sharing the talent and creative expression of people who have disabilities with the world.
Our Unique magazine is incredible. It gives our individuals from Arise an opportunity to express themselves in ways through poems, artwork, and they're able to tell their stories like no one else.
It was amazing.
It's not exactly easy for him to articulate what's inside, but he can, through his artwork, show you what's inside. And the fact that the program, the people at Arise was able to see that. It was like they looked into his soul for just that moment in time. And they saw something that even I didn't see. And they brought it to the forefront so that not only I can see it, but the world could see it. And then to see him go around saying, "Mom, I'm a star. Mom, I'm a star," you know. And I said, "Yeah, baby, you a star. Well, you're always my star, but you are a star today." And then he said, "But I want to get my autograph." And Jonathan just took off. He became his own entity. He started going around and asking people, "Do you want me to sign? I'll give you my autograph." And before you knew it, he was signing everybody, but then people were coming to him. And there was a bunch of children there, like teenagers and younger, and they came and they ran and got calendars and books just so that he could sign it. And wow, I could never say thank you enough. Because my son had his moment. That was all his. And I just look forward to him having more. It opened a new door. And Arise, you can't put the words into what Arise has done for my son. You just can't put those words in there. And what it's done for me as a mother, to be able to share in that joy with my child and make his life beyond his own difficulties with autism and now seizures, and yet for him to still be able to have a shining light. And that's what Arise gave him. And so I thank y'all. I can never say that enough.